Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the RPG YouTube channel. Welcome to the brand new series of the Raw is War series. I'm not sure what I'm going to call the series yet. It may be Raw is War, maybe something different. But we were originally doing this series on the RPG YouTube channel with me, myself, Eric Johnson, RBM, Elite TV, Mr. Rain, and I think there was one more person. We had a lot of people on this series. We were doing a brand split. But I'm not going to be doing a brand split this time. This time I'm just going to be booking Raw and SmackDown with just me, myself, and I. And I've been searching for a series to do since I'm not always recording with RBM, so I'm just trying to find a series to do without him. And I think I found the series. I think this is it. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I booked this show and I'm pretty confident in how the show is going down, so hopefully it can live up to the standards and the expectations. But the ratings in this game have not been good. The last time we tried this series out, the ratings have been terrible. So hopefully I'm not going to be worried about that though, because it brings in a little bit more fun to it, because then you get to build people up and then build up to them getting higher ratings and stuff like that. So it's going to take a process. It's going to be a process to build up, and it's going to take time, and that's what I need. I need a series like this. And without further ado, let's just get straight into the pre-show. And by the way, I have the old Raw is War series banner here that you guys can see. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna update that or not. I may update it, but it's from the old series, so I probably should update it. So I don't know. But without further ado, let's just get straight into the pre-show. A decent pre-show match. Bubba Ray and Devon defeated Edge and Christian when Devon pinned Christian. And the only reason I booked this match is because I started training at Devon's school in Winter Park, Florida. So yeah, that's why I booked this match. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what RPJ does. Yes, sir. So Edge had a 72, Christian with a 68, and the Dudleys with 57, which is terrible. So I probably should have had Edge and Christian win this match. But no, I mean, obviously they wouldn't be performing like that in real life, but in the game the ratings are very low, so you just have to work around that. Now I haven't booked a lot of people on Raw, so I'm guessing I can just use the people I don't use on Raw on SmackDown and have like separate storylines for each shows, which sounds like a good idea to me, so I'm going to do that. Without further ado, let's just get straight into the main show. Let's do this. We kick things off with a 69. You see, a terrible segment, and this should have done a lot better. Alright, so Vince McMahon makes his way to the ring, and he calls out Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they make their way to the ring, and then Stone Cold's like, "What do you want?" And then Vince McMahon is like, "Since you have both the WWF and World Tag Team titles, does not mean that you're on top of the card. I mean, it means you're on top of the card, but it does not mean," I don't know why I said that, but that does not mean that you get to walk around here like all calm and feel like the man, and you don't get to defend your championships, because you will be a defending champion if you defend those championships. So you will be defending one of your championships here tonight, Stone Cold Steve Austin, whether it be the WWF Championship or the Tag Team Championships, tonight in the main event. And so yeah, WCW also, this is also the invasion angle, but I'm just using the WCW guys as if, like, so let's say the WCW died, and let's just say that they just randomly show up on Raw. So it's like a continuation of WCW as well on WWE, well, WWF. Also, I'm a big fan of this mod. I'm a big fan of the graphics and the banners and stuff. I love this mod, so The only problem is the ratings. But I'm not going to worry about the ratings because, like I said, we're going to build up to those higher ratings as time goes on. And then we kick things off with Chris Benoit versus Lance Storm, which gets a solid 70. Chris Benoit with the 84 and Lance Storm with the 67. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Chris Benoit defeated Lance Storm in 6:47 by submission. Let's say with a crossface. Good stuff here. Chris Benoit taking the dub. And then after the match, Kurt says that he's the best technical wrestler on the planet and that he would make Benoit tap out. So by the way, I also continued the storylines that were in the game already to just continue them, you know, like just because we need 5 storylines with at least like 70 something heat, and that's not going to happen because these ratings are terrible and the storylines already had higher ratings. So I'm just going to continue those storylines, and we're definitely going to get penalized for the storylines, so I'm not even worried about that. I'm expecting it. And we're probably going to drop sides as well. So Kurt Angle is saying that he's the best technical wrestler and he'll make Chris Benoit tap out here, which is already a storyline in the game. So let's continue. A solid 71 though. And then after that, Shane McMahon is in the backstage area with Test, and he thanks him for saving him from an attack from Big Show, and then hypes up their tag team match tonight, which is going to be Shane McMahon and Test versus Big Show and a tag team partner, whoever he gets booked with, because I didn't have who he was booked with yet in this segment. But you guys will see who he's teaming with later on tonight. And this is one of the storylines that I'm continuing if I haven't already said that. And so yeah, a good, decent 57 here. And then Chris Jericho cuts a promo hyping up his match that's coming up next. It's going to be Chris Jericho taking on... I don't remember. So, but you guys will see that. You guys will see who he's facing off next. And he cuts a promo on the guy who let's say he doesn't mention the guy's name, he's just hyping up his match, you know, he's just, you know, and you guys will find out who he's facing off against next. And I'm pretty sure Gene Okerlund was not the interviewer at this point in time in WWE, but I'm still going to be using him as the interviewer because he's Gene Okerlund. He's Mean Gene, brother. Gotta use Mean Gene, but good stuff. And then another solid 70 in a decent match. Chris Jericho defeated Hardcore Holly in 6:59 by pinfall following a botched interference from William Regal. So William Regal with the botched interference, he goes to try to attack Jericho, but he accidentally hits Hardcore Holly, and then Chris Jericho picks up the victory with the roll up on Hardcore Holly. And then Chris Jericho celebrates, and then after the match, Jericho grabs the mic and he says, "You want to interfere in my matches? Alright, well let's settle this in the ring, me and you, one-on-one, in a match next week." And then William Regal accepts the match, and he looks upset because he just botched his interference. And by the way, this show is taking place in Coca-Cola Field, which is a baseball field, so it's pretty cool. It's an outdoor arena. So just imagine this show taking place in an outdoor baseball field, which is pretty cool. And then backstage, the Brothers of Destruction are showed walking backstage ahead of their segment. They're going to be on the mic next. A solid 76. So the Brothers of Destruction, they cut a promo and they're saying that they heard the rumors backstage that Stone Cold they were watching the show and they saw that Stone Cold Steve Austin had to defend one of his championships here tonight. So he says, "Why don't you defend the tag team championships against me and Kane tonight?" So it's going to be pretty exciting because the Brothers of Destruction want the tag team titles here tonight in the main event. Will they get it? We will find out later on in this episode. I gotta make sure my computer's still charging, and it is. And then backstage, Stone Cold and Triple H are upset at Brothers of Destruction wanting a match. And Vince McMahon is like, hey, that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. And he books it. In the main event tonight, it'll be Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H taking on the Brothers of Destruction for the WWE World Tag Team Championships. Well, the WWF Tag Team Championships. So good stuff. And then a video plays hyping up Eddie Guerrero versus Chavo Guerrero. Just their family history. And Chavo was one of the guys from WCW, but just, you know, like I said, just to say that it's kayfabe here. WWE, WWF bought WCW, and now WCW stars will be appearing on WWE. So let's just say that. And then a video plays hyping up Eddie Guerrero versus Chavo Guerrero. So it's going to be a hype match, the family history, and it's going to be happening here tonight. Eddie versus Chavo, uncle versus nephew, coming up next. Let's see how it does. A solid 59. And a decent match. Eddie Guerrero defeated Chavo Guerrero in 8:56 by submission. Eddie with the 63, Chavo with the 48. And they didn't seem to click, which is really stupid. Which is really, really stupid. That's real stupid. But it is what it is. It's the game. Wow, that's stupid. And then Eddie celebrates and Chavo grabs a mic and he says he's done living in Eddie Guerrero's shadow. He's done living under his uncle's shadow. And he's just cuts an upset promo on how he's upset about that. And yeah, Chavo's just real mad about that. He's just real mad that he's living under his uncle's shadow and he's just tired of it. He's tired of it. He wants to make a name for himself and he wants to show that he's if not on the same level but better than Eddie. So good stuff here. And then Chyna's warming up for a match backstage when Stacy Keibler comes in and she makes fun of how Chyna looks and she says, and then Chyna says, but you will never take this woman's championship from me. And Stacy Keibler, you know, she's just using her sex appeal and using her just teasing Chyna here, but Chyna was beautiful. She's, you know, she was always beautiful. But you know, it's just, you know, she's a strong woman, and so Stacy Keibler is like a supermodel, which Chyna was a model too, but you know, it's just a storyline. You know, just Stacy Keibler making fun of the bigger woman, the stronger woman. You know, here, you know how it is. And then we have a backstage promo of the Brothers of Destruction. They talk about how their match has been official, and they're like, okay, yeah, they signed the papers. Our match is official in the main event tonight against the two-man power trip, and we will take those tag team titles from them, whether they like it or not. So good stuff. Good promo here. Then we head into a solid match, and a match at good heat and decent wrestling. Big Show and DDP defeated Test and Shane McMahon in 10:08 when Big Show submitted Shane McMahon. And we have DDP's debut in the WWF here. Yeah, I imagine if this would happen in real life, the WCW guys would be getting pretty big pops as they're making their debuts here in the WWF. So good stuff. Shane McMahon with a 60, Test with a 55, DDP with a 67, and Big Show with a 64. Good stuff. This is a good match here. And then after the match, Test goes over to check on Shane McMahon, and then Big Show comes out of nowhere and he chokes Test and he hits him with a choke slam. And now Shane and Test are both down and out from the hands of the Big Show. Good stuff. And then Triple H gets upset. He's like, I can't believe we have to defend our tag team titles against the Brothers of Destruction. I can't believe we have to defend our titles tonight. And then Stone Cold is like, what, are you scared? And then Triple H is like, no, I'm not scared. And then Triple H, he gets upset and then he storms off and Stone Cold looks on. So good stuff here. This was probably the best segment of the night so far. Good stuff. And then we have Chyna versus Molly Holly. So Chyna defeats Molly Holly in 7:14 by pinfall. And apparently they don't seem to click, which is annoying. That's really annoying. But good stuff. China makes defense #1 of her WWF Women's title. Good stuff. Just good stuff right here. And China celebrates her victory, and Stacy Kleber shows off her sex appeal on the stage. She just starts dancing or whatever, and then China's like, what is she doing? And then China holds up her women's championship, and Stacy Keibler is just showing off herself, you know, to the delight of the fans, because this is a pretty rowdy Attitude Era fans. And also, the product is set at Classic Sports Entertainment, not Attitude Entertainment. So I'm going to change that after this show and change the show product to Attitude Entertainment, because this is the Attitude Era, and I want to book the Attitude Era. I want to change it and have it be the Attitude Era, so I'm going to do that. But good stuff here. And then after that segment, Eddie is shown leaving, about to exit into his car, exit the arena. And then Chavo Guerrero comes out of nowhere, and they start brawling. So Eddie and Chavo start brawling, and they have to be separated by security guards and referees and agents, and they have to be separated here. They get into a heated brawl. Uncle and nephew get into a heated brawl here, but good stuff. And then we get into the main event, which is beautiful. It was a beautiful main event. It was just perfect. An exceptional match. Brothers of Destruction defeated the two-man power trip in 1507 when The Undertaker pinned Triple H with a double choke slam. Oh, so I guess they both took a choke slam here. The Brothers of Destruction win the WWF World Tag Team titles, and Kane was the weak link in this match with the 76, which is not bad either. Everyone else is just really good. But good stuff. This was a good match, a great main event, as the Brothers of Destruction win the tag team titles from the two-man power trip here tonight. And then after that, the Brothers of Destruction celebrate as the two-man power trip argue on the ramp. They're like, how could you let them win the tag team titles? How could you do that? And then Triple H storms off, as he was he's still upset as they're having some troubles teaming together here, as somebody's always storming off after their arguments. So good stuff here. Good stuff. Good. I like this show. I liked it. But all that matters is what you guys thought, as my boy Connell likes to say. All that matters is what you guys thought about the show. So what do you guys think? Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And let's see what the show gets. I know we're going to get penalized for storylines, but let's just see. 69. That's not bad for getting penalized for storylines. The show lost its popularity in 25 regions, and we increased our popularity in one region, and that was the first episode of Monday Night Raw for the Raw's War, for the whatever this series is going to be called. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and this is RPJ, and I'm signing off. Peace!